Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today I have something truly diabolical. I don't think I've ever used that word before, but desperate times call for desperate measures. This time, like I have truly outdone myself, or at least I think so. So I put up a poll for you guys to see what you wanted to see next, and I think the majority of you guys picked Angelechy. So I was thinking to myself, should I do another like Chaos Angelichy or like a pure Angelichy build or like something else? And I was like, you know what? Scrap both ideas. I have something even better. And today I have fucking cooked. Um, Once you see this deck, guys, you're gonna be like, what in the fucking world is this guy doing? And when you see it in action, you're gonna be like, holy fuck, this guy's a fucking genius. All right. So, are you guys ready for this masterpiece? Actually, yeah, how about this? I was one of the first people, or if not like the first person, to like introduce branded to chaos and make the basically the current branded chaos build that we play. If you guys like were with me like from the start, like you guys know, and I'm telling you, as the person who pushed branded chaos the most, because I know this is the best way to play the deck. I'm telling you, I think this deck very well might be better than branded chaos, and not just by like a small margin, by like a huge margin, which is ridiculous to say, right? Because branded chaos is ridiculously powerful. But yeah. So don't judge too quickly, alright? Let me actually explain myself when you see this deck. So are you guys ready for this masterpiece? Three, two, one, boom. Look at this fucking shit. So what have I done here? Okay, before you guys judge, before you look at this and be like, holy fuck, this is bricky, holy fuck, this is just a slop deck, holy fuck, this is looks awful. Let me explain myself, right? Once I explain myself and you guys see like the theory behind this, and not just theory, I actually show you like the games and like how disgusting this deck is, you're gonna be like, no way. There's no way there's a deck like this out there. So what is like the goal of this deck? This is a trap deck with engines to help it push and defend at the same time. How? Chaos. You play Chaos with this build to protect your back row. You play it to make pushes. You play it to bait out interruptions. You play it to bait out hand traps. It does literally everything for you. Also gives you turn 0 interruptions, so that you can interrupt your opponent on turn 0 with like very powerful interruptions. You have cards like Black Chaos, which can immediately just blow out your opponent. This is something, if not all trap decks actually lack. Even Labyrinth, I think Labyrinth it's a very bad deck at the moment, okay, but it had like its times when it was quite powerful, but it's a control deck. This is not a control deck, but it's a trap deck. I know it doesn't make sense because I don't think there's like decks like this, but it's actually like it's not a control deck. This deck is more so like offensive than anything. Um, Look at this, guys. All right, I'm playing all the chaos cards. Okay, basically the same stuff that we play, the usual package. In addition to this, I'm also playing Harmonia and Multiplying Karibo because these are going to be your turn 0 enablers. And then Harmonia can actually like discard your transaction rollback, which I do play 2 copies of. I don't want to play 3 of this because it can be bricky. So you basically discard this and you can turn it on immediately with the pack bit. And then these are already 2 interruptions on their own. And then this can just like, copy a trap in your own graveyard. So you can use it to copy any normal trap, which can be quite disgusting because of the card I'm highlighting right now. And then the Harmonia obviously is level 7. You can spin it back and forth. Because this is a trap deck, and I also play like spells, as you can see, we play 38 spells and traps. So I play double Farah. Farah is not only a turn 0 interruption. If you reveal like one of these cards, like how the fuck are the opponent like gonna do anything? Let's go. Let's take an example here. Farah reveal grass. What is the response to that? Grass resolves, you win. Pretty much, right? So Farah is super disgusting in this deck. And then Multiplying Karibo and Gore. So look how many hand traps we play. This is not technically a hand trap, but it can be used as an interruption. But 3, 6, 7, 8. So you basically play like 8 hand traps. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Because we can play Impulse in this deck. We can play Spark in this deck. And then add 3 more cards to this. E4. What is this, like 20 hand traps in a trap deck, right? Now, this might look bricky because I'm playing lots of traps, but when you actually like look at the cards I'm playing, these are all good going first and second, okay? Mind Mirror Force. You play this going second, this is a going second card, alright? You set this, you win the duel if it resolves, right? E4, hand trap from the hand, right? These are just actually good go in second cards. Rollback is like the only thing that's like in between because it can be good going second, but it can also be a brick going second. So this is like the only thing that is like in the middle. It's not really good or bad going second. Then you have like Impulse and Spark, very very insane cards going second and going first. Because the reason I play these is although it turns off your Luster Soldier in this deck, I don't actually like depend on Luster Soldier, like in a pure Chaos build or a branded Chaos. If you are playing these builds, I will definitely recommend you never actually play these. They're horrible because they turn off this and the Celtic Sage, and I just don't think it's worth it. But if you're playing a trap deck like this, you actually this is just a small engine, right? I say small, but it's actually massive. But Luster doesn't matter. You don't need the banish whatsoever. It still can't be like affected by anything except targeting. It still can't be destroyed by battle, and you can just keep spinning it back and forth, right? So Impulse and Spark, completely fine in this deck. It only turns off like your Swift Panther and the Celtic Sage and this. Now, neither of these three actually need to resolve in the duel at all. They're just like extra. Like drone 3, you don't need that. This has, I'm gonna talk about like why I'm playing this and only one copy, but you don't actually need this at all. And then Last Soldier, like I mentioned, you don't actually need this. Everything else is actually just dark, so you don't actually care. And then look at this, okay? Impulse can immediately end your opponent's turn. That's how powerful it is. So any deck that can play Impulse should be play Impulse. And in this deck, we're not only playing Impulse, we're playing all these other disgusting cards. So like it's just like, yeah, what the hell? Now Impulse does turn off Light, so you see these right here. These are all going to be turned off. But guess what? We actually just never use this effect. It doesn't matter because this is a continuous effect in the back row to floodgate your opponent. And these are all continuous effects unless you want to trigger them to add, which you will almost never do. And if you go like for this with E4, you'll always search with this another trap before you go Impulse most of the time, right? So it doesn't really matter that often. You don't even need the search. It's only searching E4. This is super extra and like doesn't actually do anything going second. So Impulse, Spark, Insane. And then in addition to this, look at this, guys. This is initially why I even made this deck, okay? We can play Doroma Cannon. This is super nasty. It can just completely destroy your opponent. If they have unaffected cards, Link monsters, they'll go to the grave. Immediately. So in a mirror match, where the opponent is playing like Chaos cards, this is going to destroy them, right? I also play Solemn Reports. Again, discussing cards going second. You don't need to play them going first at all, because this can be used going second. Daruma can be set and you use them on your opponent's turn, you bait them out and they go Daruma. So again, like you actually just don't care about drawing these going second. And then this card right here is why I'm playing this deck to begin with, because it's I have no words to describe this. Like you basically mill whatever you want and you just get it on the field. In one duel, I milled Harmonia because I have Mind Shuffle, but I don't have a level 7 or higher. Revive the Harmonia, now I have a level 7. Spin it back, now I gain 2 interruptions as well, in addition to having tag in and out. You guys are going to see in one of the replays. In another replay, you just like mill Fallen the Virtuous, pop their card. You can mill this, immediately activate it, because it's going to be activatable when you set it with this. And this is not once per turn. If I have multiple copies, I can use multiple copies. This can mill your stuff. It can mill Archfiend to trigger it. It can mill like this, which will be an interruption. It can mill this, which will be an interruption as well. It can mill like traps to make these have like no downside to them, because you will control a trap in the grave. You can mill like transaction rollback, like what the fuck. And any trap you mill, by the way, you can just reset with this. And I don't know what to say. Like this card is super broken, mega broken. And then I played the Foolish Bear Grave Robber. Now, again, like a lot of people say like the Time Wizard cards suck. I disagree. I think people just want to slap every like strong card in like the top decks. Like they want to play this in Cool Tune. If it's not played in Cool Tune, it's a shitty archetype, right? So I just don't know why people think every like archetype is just shit when it's not. And I really love these Dark Time Wizard cards. They just like are missing a couple, cards, which is fine. I think this will be played more so of an engine, like I'm playing it here. So you just play 1 Panther, 3 Dark Time Wizard, and then just a Foolish Grave Robber. So this is actually one of the best cards, like best traps, I mean, like in the deck. It just does so much, right? This effect to actually steal is going to come up like a lot more often than you think, especially in mirror matches. You can like steal the ritual spell. You can steal like a pre-preparation of rites. You can steal like a Fallen the Virtuous. Droplet, whatever, Super Poly. It's just so insanely powerful. And you can, if you see like the ritual spell, it's gonna fizzle the effect because this is a quick effect in the grave, right? They activate this, you steal it, set it, and now it fizzles their effect, and they probably just lose if they don't have another way to ritual summon. So very insane card. You can just go grass, mill everything, and you win. Dark Time Wizard. This is 50-50, I know that, but in this deck, it doesn't matter if you win or lose the coin flip. If you lose, you can still summon this, alright? Because you're gonna have monsters, you can have like the Angelechy cards. You're almost always gonna have like a monster established. So like with Multiplying Karibo, it's super easy. Trigger this, nuke their board. They have to negate it. If they don't, it's a 50-50 chance. You can nuke their board and win. Otherwise, you will still win because you can just summon this. It's unaffected by opponent's activated monster effects and spell effects, and it can also like revive from the grave. So if I like went Scarecrow, I can mill, I don't know, like Multiplying Karibo, Celtic Sage, Pharah, whatever, and then go for this, revive like 8 or lower, as you can see. So we can revive the Pharah and then trigger her effect from the grave to take control of another monster. Like, yeah. Insane. And this can tribute the rituals as well, like the unaffected rituals. And then look at this, alright? I'm playing one Asutra domain. You can play Asutra cards in this deck if you want to. This right here, I'm only playing it because you don't actually need any Asutra cards to like utilize this to its full potential. The only thing you need is like in the extra deck, you could play like the Susanoo, which I am doing here because I played tons of traps. So I can just immediately make this super easily with like any level 8. So I can just use Pharah, I can use like the Chaos Rituals, and make this. And this can banish traps from my grave, and then I can banish up, that many cards the opponent controls, which is ridiculous. I can banish up to like 4, 5, 6, depending on like how many I have. Nasty. And then it can also be like a spell trap negate if they don't control a face down card. And then look at this card, guys. This right here is gonna have a huge effect. This is one of the new cards in Chaos Origins. When your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, except monsters that were summoned this turn, negate the activation, then you can banish face down all face up monsters your opponent controls, except monsters summoned this turn. Again, you want to draw this going second because it's a counter trap. So what's going to happen is you're going to set this and you're going to pass over to your opponent for turn 3. And then if they activate anything, you flip this up. Counter trap, they can't respond to this unless they have like a Solemn Judgment. And then what's going to happen is like all their monsters are gone. And they're banished face down. And then if they pop this, let's say they go Solemn Judgment, pop it, or whatever. If this card is destroyed, set any trap from your deck to from your deck, basically. Why am I playing this? Yep, you just set it with Chaos Stats, it gets popped, it triggers, you set any trap from your deck immediately, and, you just, like, win because you set Mind Mirror Force. What do they do after that? And guess what? When you set Mind Mirror Force, it's actually activatable that turn, because it's gonna be, there's no, like, restriction, like, thrust. It's just gonna be, as if it was set normally. So you can use it if the opponent controls this. 5 or more face-up cards. The turn it's set. So, like, I just don't know what to say. Like, this deck has been so disgusting. I went on a 10, I think 10 or 11 win streak. And then the final duel, I actually lost my first match. Not match, duel. I'm playing, like, best of 3. So I lost my first duel, and then he quit going, like, for game 3 because I won game 1. And then he went second. He struggled so hard. You guys are going to see in the replay. And then he just scooped because he knew I was gonna go first and win. So, like, this is until now undefeated. Actually ridiculous. You can make some changes to the deck. You don't actually have to play it like exactly the way I'm playing it. And then I'll show you like what we're doing and the gores. Obviously, like people think this card sucks. I just completely disagree. In this deck, all right, you just utilize this card to its full potential, and this is insane. This card has been absolutely insane. Let me show you. All right, there's no reason for me to yap until like I actually show you what's going on. Let's watch this one against. Actually, we'll keep this for the end. I think this was the guy who scooped game 3. How about this? DDD. What do you guys think about this? Look at my hand. All right. Do you guys think this hand is good or not? What do you guys think? Fallen the Virtuous, Black Chaos. We have Annihilate, Retroglite. I'll just call it Annihilate. And then Mind Mirror Force and Foolish Grave Robber. Do you guys think this is a good hand? Alright, let's see what happens. I actually have nothing, so my top deck is going to be E4. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Would have been cool if we had E4, but then he would, like, impulse the E4, so it doesn't really matter that much. Let's see. He's gonna put up a super mega nasty board here. Like, I don't know, 10 interruptions or some shit. Do you guys think we care? Yeah, this deck is just nasty. I definitely cooked with this one. I would definitely encourage you guys to try this out. You guys are gonna see how insane this is. Okay, so he is gonna go Griffin. He's gonna go Pendulum, revive the Lance Soldier, and then goes into Ragnarok. Who cares? Blah blah. He's just gonna put up like multiple negates and have like back row interruptions as well. No hand traps, which is good for us because I mean, it doesn't fucking matter. I mean, he has Ash. Like, who cares? Like, nothing actually matters here. Sure. I mean, King. Like, do we care? Caesar, Siegfried. Yeah, sure. Negate, 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 negate. Suck, negates. All right. So he has double special summon negate with Caesar. He has a targeting spell and trap negate. He has a pop, actually targeting pop, and then he has a impulse negate, and then he has this, which can I think suck 2 or 3 times. I don't really care about the to actually read this card, but the final thing is Ragnarok, which is a negate of a monster in the hand, like Swordman. So mega disgusting board, right? Like usually you would lose to this, but we don't. In a trap deck, by the way. Top deck E4, look at this. Set Mind Mirror Force, he goes immediately to pop. I don't know if he was suspecting Mind Mirror Force or I don't know why he popped it immediately, but because he made that really awkward play where he just like immediately tries to pop it, and I actually can't trigger Mind Mirror Force in response to this, I'm gonna force it out because now I'm gonna put him in a situation where I'm gonna out this or this, and then I can actually play the game without having to worry because he would lose to my other cards. How does he out retro glide? The following turn, he doesn't. He gets everything banished face down, and I win. So I'm gonna force him out here. I'm gonna chain Vuln the Virtuous. Attempt to pop this. He's gonna probably negate. Yep, and then we flip up Mind Mirror Force, nuke the board. Yep, get out of here. All right, so he is gonna wait here to see like what I'm playing. He only has an impulse set, which he will 1,000,000% lose. If he impulses my play, how does he beat these on the following turn? It's literally impossible. Um, especially this because this is gonna also like steal his cards. Like, yeah, it's super nasty. So DDD game 2. He just got completely blown out. Let's see our hand. Again, disgusting hand. So I, again, have Retroglite, which is just GG's, if it resolves. We have Multiplying Kuriboh plus Grifo. This is, if you know, a Chaos Hats turn 0 combo that I can make, or I can just like summon multiple Multiplying Kuribohs and then get a Mind Shuffle to search my engine. I also have a Skull Dice. So because I have Skull Dice, I can actually go Mind Shuffle, discard this, and make this an interruption in the graveyard. It's not a guaranteed interruption, but it's a very like high likelihood that it does resolve, or at least based on the odds, right? So, and the final thing is Impulse. Disgusting card. So we have multiple different things. So you go Impulse, of course he has Crossout, the one-off Crossout. Why did I Impulse? Because he made a very awkward play. He went Orthros and then triggered the scale. So this told me he definitely bricked. If I Impulse this, he would lose, but he has the Crossout, unfortunately. In addition to this, he also has Drill and Lockbird. So we're gonna go Multiplying Kuriboh, summon another one. Okay, and then he is gonna go Griffin. He's gonna have to trigger the. Oh, okay. I was actually not sure what he would go into here, so I actually choose to go Grifo. Set Mind Shuffle and then activate it so I can search first before he goes into like a negate or something. I wasn't sure like what he can make. So we're gonna actually discard this. This was for fun. I don't think this is the correct play because you definitely go Chaos Hats here, but I wanted to just like showcase the Skull Dice a bit. All right, so let's see if Skull Dice actually is gonna do us good here. And the reason I actually did this is because if he goes Caesar, I can go trigger the Skull Dice on his summon, and then we can roll a dice, and if we get it correctly, we pop the Caesar. So we can summon a third Multiplying Kuriboh. And then we're gonna trigger its effect to search another Grifo. Okay, who cares? Revive, sure. He's gonna have to play into Multiplying Kuriboh, and then we're gonna add a Grifo. Look at this. We have 3 Multiplying Kuribohs. We have an interruption in the graveyard. We have a Mind Shuffle established, and we still have like these plays in our hand. So he goes Ragnarok, which is fine. He goes Caesar. I'm gonna trigger the Skull Dice now, and we land a 5. Now, if you don't know how this works, we need to land at least a 6 to actually pop the card. So we actually missed, unfortunately. I promise the card is good. It just like misses sometimes, which is annoying. But the first effect is super broken. So he is gonna go into the Clovis, and then he goes into Savant. Okay. Kepler adds. Oh yeah. Okay, so because he got blown out by the Mind Mirror Force last duel, he adds this. Once per turn, if you control a DDD monster, you can negate all trap cards and effects on the field other than this card for the rest of the turn. This is a lingering effect, right? It's a continuous trap, obviously, so it's gonna be like a continuous effect while it's face up. Do you guys think this matters? Let's see. Let's find out. So he's doing that to play around like Mind Mirror Force, but I don't think he read the card correctly. So oh my goodness. Oh, I love this deck so much. So we're gonna top deck Mind Mirror Force. Um, if you read Mind Mirror Force actually, when he controls 5 or more face-up cards, its activation and effect cannot be negated. So although this negates it as a continuous, like a skill drain effect on traps, like a Royal Decree, this can't be negated. So 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 if he activates anything, he loses. So he thinks he's comfortable here. He can just activate because he has this Mind Mirror Force. He triggers this. He's like, yeah, you're fucked. Sure. Okay, let's see what happens. So I'm gonna trigger this now before this resolves, and then look at this. And he goes, yeah. Um, I don't know what to say. I mean, yeah, that was my Mirror Force. I'm not gonna do this every duel, I promise. This is just super funny. Had to show this first, and then let's see this one against Doomz. So, this guy is on Doomz with just Doomz. All right, just pure Doomz. So he's gonna fool immediately in the draw phase, I think. So we're gonna just give him 0 draws because this deck doesn't actually care about giving him any draws whatsoever. In fact, our board is way better than Branded Chaos because we don't play into any hand traps, and then in addition to this, like we just set and pass, right? The thing with Chaos is you might have lots of engine, like High Spirits, extra Albaz's in hand, whatever. They don't actually do anything. With this deck, you have traps which are all usable, right? So I can just go Black Chaos, set and pass, alright? How many interruptions do I have? Black Chaos to protect everything. I can grab a Luster Soldier with this, and I can add a Celtic Stitch, or I can draw 3, and actually, fuck that. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say grab Chaos Hats, but we already have a Chaos Hat, so we're gonna grab a Celtic Sage to draw 3, and then we can go Luster Soldier. So then we can go Fallen the Virtuous to pop, we can go Chaos Hats, negate, we can go Spark, negate, we can go Multiplying Karibo. Yeah, like, he's just fucked here. So let's see what happens. So we are gonna add Celtic Sage, discard this, grab Luster. He is gonna fool us again. I am actually gonna give him a draw for Chaos Hats, I think. So immediately I go for this because this has a nasty effect where it says you can destroy, and then he can trigger like one of his cards if he has a Doomz. And then this also destroys one of my cards non-targeting, so it can like, pop something. Now, this would not really matter because I have Black Chaos, but I do want to banish this because I don't want the other effect to trigger, which is, I think, this one, like when it's added to the face up, yep, it gets to add a spell or trap. So I want to banish this first, and I have multiple things to stop the pendulums. So this also triggers in the extra deck, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to activate this to add a spell first, and then he triggers it, which I can't actually stop. So I'm going to go for Celtic Sage, because if I pop this with Fallen Virtuous, it's going to go to the extra deck, and it's going to trigger. This effect doesn't do anything. It's this effect when it goes to the extra deck that actually matters. So I'm going to summon Celtic Sage now, and then trigger it to add. Now, I could Chaos Hats this, but I just wait for him to summon. I'd rather draw first. So we don't actually draw into anything. We are going to go Chaos Hats on his Terminus, which he just added, and then he still has one more play. Look at this. You go Chaos Hats, set. The sets with Chaos Hats are all insane. Alright, you can set Retro Glite, and then if it gets popped, you set any trap. You can set a rollback, you can set Grave Robber, you can set Grass, add this back, and then you win. These both trigger because if he pops the rollback, I can actually copy a normal trap in my grave, which I currently don't have. But once I use Spark, I can copy the Spark with the rollback, right? Spark is already insane against this deck. So he top decks a Regulus. He is going to pop my... Oh my, he actually popped the Foolish Grave Robber. So I can actually steal one of his spells or traps in the grave whenever I want. So we go Fallen the Virtuous, pop the Field Spell, and then he scoops. Alright, let's see what we do going second against Doomz. So let's see our hand. We have a Spark, we have Multiply Karibo, Gores, Crow. Oh my god, this is insane. Insane hand. Alright, so he has Lara, we're gonna go Multiply Karibo. And then he's gonna set, sure. Wait for him to activate now. Yep, and then we trigger the Multiply Karibo. He goes Forbidden Crown on this. Now, I was attempting to make a Cast Hats play, but because he went Crown, I can actually just go Mind Shuffle. And look at this, guys. He goes into this, alright, and then he sees I have Grifo. Guess what? He is going to... Okay, let's just wait. What do you guys think about that? He got so salty, he ran the timer down. What do you guys think about that? He was gonna activate something in the grave or hand eventually, and then he would play into Spark, and then Spark would fuck him over. Can't say the grave shit, but he got fucked here. Magna Hut is completely fine. Magna Hut doesn't actually matter. How does he beat Gores? Like, again, this deck can go up to like turn 10. Like, who cares? We can grind forever. And it's just absolutely nasty. Yeah, wow. Let's see if this one gets Fairy Tales. Surely Fairy Tales might have a chance, right? Actually, wait. This is... What the fuck? I thought this was Fairy Tales. What is this deck? What in the world? This is... Chaos Scepter Blast? What the hell? Even Chaos doesn't play that. This is like a Spellcaster Slop, I guess. Sure. Okay, sure. So he's gonna go Luna, we're gonna go Multiply Karibo. Look at our hand, guys. Like, this is just not okay. We'll go Impulse on this because there's a good chance this just ends his turn, which it does. And then he goes Thrust for Talents. He draws 2 because he's super bricked up. And then he sets Mind Shuffle and passes. In the end phase, we go set Mind Shuffle, add, and then he Ashes. Okay, sure. So now we're gonna top deck Solemn Report, which is awesome. So this actually checks his back row. So look at this. We're gonna add in the draw phase and then set Solemn Report and set Crow. This checks whatever this is, right? And then we can activate Dark Time Wizard. Okay. Listen, you always call heads if you want to get ahead, all right? And we got head today. So we are gonna destroy his monster, and then we are going to set a Chaos Hats. We have to chain this here because I need the tribute. So we're gonna set Chaos Hats and then banish it from grave, and then we're gonna add back the Dark Time Wizard, trigger its effect, and because we actually popped the monster, look at this. We go normal this, tribute the Multiplying Karibo, but I choose not to summon from the grave. Okay, I can revive back either this or this, but I don't do that because I was like, what if this is Mind Mirror Force? That would be quite bad, right? I don't want to play into the same card I'm actually bullying my opponents with. So I actually just keep 1, 2, 3, 4 face-up cards. If he triggers the Mind Mirror Force, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how that would work. At the time, I thought it doesn't. So if your opponent controls 5 or more face-up cards, this card's activation cannot be negated. So if I change Solemn Report to this, after this flips face up, does that count that I have 5 and it can't be negated? Maybe. Probably. I don't know. If you guys know, like, the ruling on this, let me know in the comments below, but I don't know how that works. I'm not gonna lie, I have never had, like, an interaction like this just yet. And yeah, this is just game. We attack 34, 2k, 28, and that is just GG's. So let's watch this one against Kash Tira. So this guy's actually on... I think Angelechy... Oh, Angelechy, Sword Soul, Kash Tira. Okay. Interesting build. So he is going to go first. Look at my hand. We have basically no plays, alright? But you're going to see, guys. You're going to see. We go Multiplying Karibo. He triggers Unicorn. We trigger... he doesn't Ash. We summon another Multiplying Karibo. Because I can just afford to do this in this deck. Because this deck is nasty. So we're going to trigger again. He goes Ash Blossom. He was, I guess, waiting for... Mind Shuffle, but I went another Multiplying Karibo, so he was like, okay, what if he's not actually playing Chaos? So he just Ashes this time, so I don't put up multiple bodies. I was attempting to go triple Multiplying Karibo and then add Grifo, so I can go Anima, SP, but he banished Anima. Again, this doesn't matter whatsoever. So we have a Spark waiting. So let's see what he banishes. He banishes Gores off the top, Mind Mirror... Oh, shit. Our top deck was Mind Mirror Force. He banishes it. That is fine. Again, we don't actually need this. So then he mills 3 with Tier Cash. Now he actually gave me a Trap in the Grave, so there is no downside to Spark besides like the attribute stuff if I use it from the hand. Alright, so this is where I should discuss Gores. So with Gores, okay, if you take battle or effect damage, it's gonna trigger to special summon. Guess who's gonna trigger him? This. Guess who also triggers him? Where is it? This. The Destroyer burns you for 500, and this is a new archetype, which I definitely think that will be very powerful in the future. And that's why they actually gave us this, and they were comfortable doing this, I think, because most likely what's going to happen is Angelechy is going to be very powerful post like second wave support or even third. I don't know how many we're going to get. It's going to be very powerful, and there's going to be Destroyers everywhere, and then this is going to get triggered in response to Destroyer. So they were completely okay with giving us this card, just like this, because they know it's going to be broken later on. Maybe it's not broken now, but it's going to be broken later on. I think it's already broken, regardless of what anyone says. But watch this, okay? So we're going to go Spark to banish this, just so we don't die. So I actually triggered this now, because we took 500, and now I can't actually pop him because he controls a... he has material on this, which says cannot be destroyed by card effects. So this is not the reason I summoned it. I wanted to actually revive back my Impulse, or Crow, or the Spark. Let's see what happens. So we are going to trigger it in the end phase. This is all in the end phase, by the way. We go set Crow. Alright, he goes E4, we chain Crow. We can mill 3. Look at that. Mill the Roma Cannon, Dark Time Wizard, and a Fallen Virtuous. I can set any of them, and I can activate them this turn. So I set Fallen Virtuous, activatable this turn. So if he goes for the King, I can actually pop it. So instead he goes Destroyer to burn me to death, which is fine. I just pop it now. We take more damage. We go Gristful, Skull Dice, landed 8. Now we can go Multiplying Creeper, attack over this, and then attack over him. And now we're not getting burnt anymore, and I can just set Solemn Report, set a Fallen Virtuous, and we can pass. So let's see what happens here. Here he goes, Scarecrow Cat. Yep. So we have Graceful Dice in the graveyard, and then we also have Multiplying Creeper. We also have a Solemn Report, and then actually we can't. Yeah, we can use it. It's just because it's not this turn. We can definitely use this to negate. And then we also have a Fallen Virtuous. And then we roll. If we actually missed, this keeps missing for some reason, but it doesn't matter. This doesn't do anything. If you want Battle Phase to attack over this to like negate it, I go Fallen Virtuous, pop it before he attacks, and yeah, it doesn't really matter that much. So let's see, Phantom Knights. Again, disgusting hand. We go Multiplying Kuribo. We are gonna trigger Multiplying Kuribo on his first activation here. Add a Grifo. Actually, we summon Multiplying Kuribo. Yep. So we actually have the third one in hand, so I have to search for the final one. Look at this. Add Grifo. He was so scared of Grifo, he actually drolled himself. Now, Phantom Knights can play around Joel, but not good enough. Like, I still have Harmonia, double interruption. You are not beating this. I'm sorry, bro, but you are just not beating this. My top deck is Skull Archfiend, but I'm actually gonna shuffle the deck. Actually, no. Yeah, we don't play Lulu in this deck. There's no Albas. We don't actually want to play Albas, because this deck does not care about the extra deck at all. You can for, like, E4 with these, but, like, aside from this, who cares? So we're not actually going to shuffle the deck. So our top deck will be Archfiend, which is still decent. And then he surrenders because he can't make any more plays. He drolled himself. This is turned off. He can't go Silent Boots to add a Phantom Fogblade because, again, droll. And if he activates anything else, like, we still have Harmonia to destroy him here. And yeah. So actually, there was a game 2 for the Swso Kashtira guy. It didn't end there, right? This is the one who tried to like burn us with like the this. He goes game 2, so we go E4. Look at my hand. Okay, this is super funny. I need to mention this. I was initially playing Super Poly, and then I forgot to play any targets. This is quite embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie, but because this is super clogged up, I forgot to play any targets. Ideally, you can like remove the Dogma and then just like anything else, maybe like Anima or Chaos Angel to play like 2 targets for Super Poly. So unfortunately, this is at that card now. So yeah, I did re-add Super Poly later, and then I also forgot to add any targets again because I had to like remake the deck. So I keep forgetting about that, but yeah, this is just like that card in the hand. So he is actually locked with the King now. He only has 5 activations. And he surrenders to the King. He can't play through the cake. Yeah. What's my top deck? Dominus Spark. Insane. Alright, let's watch this one against Traptrix, actually. So, Trap deck versus Trap deck. Let's see who wins. So, I think I'm going first because I use Grifo immediately. He has a Ogre and a Bell. I should have played around Ogre. I just got too carried away with this deck because it just... I don't think... Like, nothing loses... I mean, nothing can, like, beat this deck, right? It loses to nothing, pretty much. So I just completely forgot about Ogre. I should have went Black Chaos first to summon it, and then make these plays. Because now I can actually get Ogred on the Bastion. So I could have prevented this, but then again, like, he would have went Bell on this to prevent this anyway, so... Realistically, it doesn't matter, but it was the correct play to make this anyway, because I don't know he has Bell, right? So we're going to shuffle back some of the Archfiend, go into the Ecclesia Synchro. Another thing is, I actually, in this version, this was immediately after, like, the Asutra stuff. I think I took out the Asutra Synchro, the Susanoo. Yeah, I did. So this, unfortunately, I forgot. I only realized after I used it that, oh shit, Susanoo is not here. Now, this doesn't happen quite often if you're, like, testing a deck, because, like, you're going to be changing it a lot to see, like, what the best way to play it is. And this guy was also playing Asutra. So, we're going to do this. Now I'm like, oh shit, what? I don't have any, like, targets. That's why I wanted to place a Synchro to begin with. So I can go Susanoo with these. And then you can see, like, I do have a trap in the grave. And this would be the second trap. So I can banish 2 cards, which would be these 2. So we're going to trigger the Crow instead to mill 2. And then we can... Mill Harmonia, revive it. And now it turns on my Mind Shuffle. What do you guys think about that? He attempts to pop it, which is a mandatory effect to pop a back row. Some Black Chaos dodge the pop. We trigger the effect, add back Ritual Spell. And then he is going to set a Grave Digger Trap Hole. Yep. And then we're going to go Harmonia Pop, send Cloud Beast on Sarah, and then he's going to have to go into another one. He summons his Sutra, which is fine. We swim back, summon Luster, banish the trap. Yeah, I mean, like, what the hell? He can't even use the Harpy. That's the thing. He rage quit, guys. He lost connection. Which means he didn't even click surrender. He went top right, X, or just, like, crashed his computer or some shit. Because he was like, no way I lost this duel. Yep, you did. Because of the Crow, basically. So, yep, insane. Now, this guy was on an actual Asutra build. This was a very fun duel. We're both playing 60. He kind of had a similar idea, except like he's not playing like the Chaos stuff. He's playing Dinomorphia Stun, which is kind of cringe. Yeah, because like I'm not floodgating my opponents with this deck. It's actually just like insanely powerful, but he wants to floodgate. Okay, so we're gonna go first. Set 3 pass. So he is gonna go Domain. Goes into the Plague, sets a field spell, goes field spell, send 1, 2, 3 cards, okay. So he sent these 3 to the grave. So he can add 3 cards, and then he goes Iron Thunder. So he actually reveals to me he has Iron Thunder. So now I actually wait for him to pop first. This is super slow, it's at spell speed 1. So he targets Impulse Mind Shovel. I just want to see like what he wants to target first before I flip anything face up. So now I can actually trigger this, and then I can add a Grifo and discard the Ritual Spell. Look at this, guys, okay? Set Iron Thunder, then he is gonna go for the Plague. He goes Battle Phase Attack, we trigger Gores, and then we are gonna pop 2 cards. We pop these 2, so these don't actually set any traps in the end phase, okay? Now, he did something really weird. He waited for a bit to think, and then he attempted to crash. I was like, why the fuck would you do that? Unless you have Droplet, right? Droplet is the only thing I can think of, and I was like, I mean, if he has Droplet, like, sure, like, I can't actually, like, stop Droplets, but what if he has Gores? What if this Mad Lad is actually on Gores as well, because he's playing the Trap deck? I let it go through, because I thought everyone thought Gores sucks, except me, so, I was surprised. He actually does have Gores. That was a very good play. Because now he can pop me. You know how I could have played around this? Maybe I could have put this in defense. Because if I put it in defense, he can still trigger Gores, but it can't pop me. He has to attack over it, right? We take less damage, but it's not like the biggest deal. The only difference is like then I can still trigger the rollback, because rollback would copy his domain. And in this build, I was playing the Sutra, as you can see. So then I would immediately go into this. So then this would actually send his Gores to the grave. And I can also mill a Sutra trap. One, two. Yeah, okay. We don't have like three sets. So in the end phase, he's gonna attempt to reset the domain. So I'm actually gonna copy it, and rollback actually summons itself. It's gonna copy the effect, so it's on the field now. It doesn't go to the grave. So we're gonna set a mind shuffle, and then we are gonna pass here. So he adds this back to the hand, which is fine. He goes Iron Thunder. I should have played around this. I'm not gonna lie. I completely forgot. It doesn't really matter because this is domain, but still, I should have put this in this column because this actually nukes the column in which the card was negated, right? So then it would force out the domain. So he is gonna negate it, and then he goes domain immediately. So he can chain mind shuffle. Go Archfiend, discard, and then he goes into the Asutra. Okay. So he is gonna send the mind shuffle to the grave. Who cares? We add a black chaos. He is gonna trigger to reset a roar. Okay. Spins back my rollback. Okay. We're gonna go ritual spell, add back, and then we're gonna activate. Look at this. I added back my mind shuffle here. And then we can spin back the other mind shuffle and like one of his cards. And we can go ritual spell, banish the Grifo, add back the Dark Time Wizard, add the Panther, banish him face down because he's too big. And then we go Panther, Tribute, send a spell. And this is why I'm playing him, because it's going to be able to send these to the graveyard. Okay, you don't need to play more copies of this or anything else. You can, if you want, play like the other trap that can like summon monsters that mention like Dark Time Wizard from deck, but you have to commit to War Monsters to actually be able to play that card. And I don't want to do that. So we immediately mill the Foolish Graveyard because I can actually steal his cards now. I can steal Iron Thunder, I can steal Solemn Strike, basically anything. And because he's also on trap deck, it's super insane. So I actually steal the Iron Thunder. He top decks a rollback. We go discard our own rollback by adding a Luster. That's why I kept it in hand. And then he goes DT. I'm gonna summon Luster, and then I'm going to banish the ritual spell. Okay, actually, because he triggered the ritual spell, I chose not to activate the Luster. I just spin it back to dodge. I don't want to lose my level 7. And then he goes for this to summon. I let him do that. I could have used Iron Thunder on this, I think. But why didn't I? When a spell or a trap is activated on the field, pay half your life to get the activate. Was it because of the life? Yeah, it was because of the life points. Yeah, that's why I didn't use it, because if I half my life points, he can attack over the Panther and win. So this was like a very risky thing, and I couldn't actually do it. Not even risky, it was just like I couldn't do that. So he is gonna get rid of the Iron Thunder, which is fine. He sends these to the grave. This is super powerful, right? Like you set rollback and then you send it with the field spell. And I'm also like, I'm playing the field spell, so I can also make the same play, right? Yeah. So he's gonna go for the Akasuna and then into the Mikumari, and then he is going to go rollback, copy the Roar to pop my Luster. We spin it back. So I think he made that play so he can go battle phase, attack over my monsters. Yep. So he is gonna trigger this in the end phase, set another. How many roars is he playing? What? He plays multiples. Okay. Top deck Harmonia, we go. Yep. Alright, so this forces out his what do you call it? The domain. Honestly, I could have maybe just like set this and then use this, to be honest. So there's no reason to actually like chain this immediately in the draw phase. Like who cares if he goes into the Susanoo? It doesn't really change that anything at all. So we're gonna go Harmonia to pop him, and then we are gonna go Cloud Beast, spin him back, and then look at this. All we have to do is just summon Swordman and attack for game now. So that was like a very interesting game. I think this was game 1. Yeah, there was a game 2 as well. Again, that was like a super fun duel, I'm not gonna lie. Like I definitely enjoyed that a lot. So he is gonna send his Iron Thunder to the grave. He goes Solemn Strike. For some reason he always has like these. Sure. Okay. So we're gonna trigger this now. We're gonna go Cloud. We actually go Pact Pit because I can discard this and I can steal one of his traps, so I can steal Iron Thunder from the graveyard. Yeah, that is just nasty. But because I don't have any like actual real engine, I thought, you know what? How about I discard the Archfiend instead? Yeah, it's not like either play would have been good. It doesn't really matter. But I wanted to grab my Black Chaos here. And this is mainly because I think he revealed to me he has Solemn Strike. So he's gonna go Dinomorphia Frenzy, so he's gonna lock me out of the game, which is quite annoying, but this deck doesn't really care. So wrong deck, bro. Like you should have floodgated someone else. So he goes into the Susanoo to banish my Black Chaos. I don't think he read the card, but okay. He banishes his own field spell. Alright. So we are going to go Archfiend, and then we are going to summon this. I was trying to bait out the Solemn Strike, because if I go Grifo, he's going to negate it. So this actually did not matter. I was going to go SP anyway, but sure, because he stops it, we are going to go Mind Shuffle, add, discard the Foolish, and we can link SP to get the Ritual Engrave, and the Archfiend, add a Lustre, and then banish this, and then I can crash over the Rex turn because I have a Ritual Spell Engrave. So his effect to actually reduce me does not work, and it's still going to crash, and then I'm going to take a Solemn Strike as well. So it doesn't work, we crash, and now we can activate Ritual Spell Engrave. We never actually use it. Add back, and then we can go Ritual Spell for Lustre, and then banish the Susanoo, so it doesn't like recycle the traps that are banished. And then we are going to go Mind Shuffle, add, he goes Alert, we go Chain SP on Kentrogino, revive the Rexstorm again. Okay. I don't think that's going to matter here, because I can just go Battle Phase here, and he would lose. So he summon Archfiend, he goes Eradicator for traps, pops all the traps that I control, and anything I draw into, I think. So now we just attack, he can't stop this, and then we're unaffected. Gain 15, attack over this for game. So what I did is I shuffled back his like Dinomorphia one that says you take no battle damage with the Archfiend first. So if he doesn't activate it immediately, I can just go Battle Phase. So yeah, that was quite insane. And then the final one is like the Orcust Mitsu. So this guy was super salty. He didn't even play game 3. Look at this, guys. So again, Super Poly dead. So this actually did fuck me over in the second duel because I drew the Super Poly and I forgot to add any targets again, right? So you can see like there's no targets for Super Poly. So this was just a dead card in my hand. But in this duel, I actually have I'm going second and I have an insane hand here. We're going to go E4 immediately. Go Bastion for King, and then add another E4. So now he goes, I see Mitsurgin, I'm like, he lost. He can't play through the King. He needs like a Fall in the Virtuous or something. Actually, Fall in the Virtuous doesn't even work, because it has to pop the Bastion. Murakumo can't even nuke this, he attempts to do it, but this is actually protecting the Destroyer anyway. Yep, doesn't work, so he goes Zombie Vamp. Do you guys think Zombie Vampire is good for him? He's gonna mill my cards. He's trying to like get into his Orcust cards, but by the time he does, like he already used 5 monster effects. He can't, right? So he first of all doesn't mill anything, and then he doesn't mill anything from my graveyard as well. And he actually gave me Spark now that I can use with the rollback. So he goes into Masquerina and then sets and passes. So he has a Prayers for Murakumo, he has Droll, he has Imperm, and he has SP Double Banish. That's nothing against Grass. Once you resolve Grass, you win. Look at this. Go Fall in the Virtuous on Masquerina in the draw phase, so it can't activate. It's only main phase. Now we go Grass, no Ash, we win. So Grass actually mills your ritual spells, mills your Archfiends, mills Black Chaos. You just go ritual spell, add this back, get back your Mind Shuffle, and then you can mill like the rollbacks. You can mill this, you can mill this. Basically everything you want is just gonna get milled. So we're gonna activate this, add a Lustre, and then he goes Droll. Who cares? Do you guys think we care about Droll? Shuffle back his Murakumo. He actually doesn't activate for some reason. I don't know why. So look at this. I go Destroyer because I thought I can actually target this. Has a secret effect. Who the hell remembers this? Where is it? Neither player can target this card with effects of special summoned monsters except those summoned from the grave. Blah, blah, blah. Sure. So I have to banish my own Archfiend here. Who cares? We're gonna banish the Pharah, go into this. He goes Imperm to stop it. Sure. Now we can just go Angelechy Problem, and then go into the Chaos Angel. We also discarded the rollback, which can copy anything in my grave. Do you guys think he can win now? In addition to this, I can also go for Foolish Grave Robber, which is in my grave, right here. And then I can steal something from his grave as well. So I can steal Imperm, I can steal Droplet, I can steal a Pre-Prep. I will not steal Pre-Prep because I'm under Droll. So he goes Prayers, but he can't do anything, he's under Droll. And I already baited out his Murakumo with the Archfiend, right? So then he summons the Saju, we trigger the Skull, we actually land it this time and pop it. Then we go rollback, copy Spark, banish this so I can attack it immediately. And the reason I actually did this because he is now pretty much dead because he is under the Destroyer, so he can only activate 2 effects before he dies. So what do you guys think? We're also gonna steal a Droplets. Yeah, he can't really play anymore. This is just nasty. He was wait, who went first? It was him, right? He went first, and we went e4, and he lost. And then game 2, all right, he had enough after this duel because you guys can see he's gonna struggle so hard. Now my hand is it's okay. I think like if this was like a different trap, I think that would have been much better. But this is like no engine and basically just like cards that are good to actually survive and still interrupt your opponent, but it's not good enough to actually win the duel. So let's see. Now, in addition to this, not only does he open Havakiri, not only does he open the Orcust trash, right, the Girsu, he also opens Joel and Ash. Basically, he has a perfect hand against my mediocre hand, right? He needs that to win. Barely. Okay, you guys are gonna see what I mean by barely, okay? He adds a Purification. He goes, I'm waiting for a Murakumo on the end phase so I can just bounce this. And then if he forces me to discard, I just discard the Foolish, and then I can actually steal his pre-preparation of rights, right? And then I can actually get into my engine through the Foolish Grave Robber. So, let's see. Only issue is Ash Droll, right? It's always the hand traps that ruin the game, as I always say. Fucking Ash and Droll. So, end phase, we go Spark on this. He is gonna force us to discard. We discard this, and now I choose to not use it now. I don't want to show him in case he doesn't know that I can actually steal his pre-prep and make that a play. So immediately draw phase, we're going to activate the Dark Time Wizard. I'm trying to bait out his back row, but obviously it doesn't because this card is disgustingly stupid. It can just protect all your cards. I don't think it's even once per turn, so very dumb. So we go Dark Time Wizard to add, and now we just go battle phase. We can't attack. We go over this, steal pre-prep, and then we activate it, and then of course he has Ash. I was trying to bait out like the climax because I know Purification is dead, but of course he doesn't. So I can't do anything about that. He had the stupid Ash Blossom. You guys can see like how Ash just ruins the duel, right? So he is gonna top deck another pre-prep. He basically just has the perfect hand here. So we actually go Corpse Scarecrow. He attempts to go for a game here. Look at this. We mill. Mind Mirror Force. Now, this guy's a loser. He took like 10 minutes reading the fucking cards. Like, who the fuck does that? If you're a Yu-Gi-Oh player, you just attack. Don't be a pussy. So then he goes main phase 2 because he's a pussy and he doesn't attack to trigger the Mind Mirror Force. Now, it would have been activatable because it was set with the Crow. So then he goes into another... Okay, who in the world plays double... What's it called? Dingirsu. What the hell? Who the hell plays double of this? Like, what? This guy's just weird. He's actually weird. So he goes summon, whatever, still has his Omni negates. This really fucked me over. I feel like if it was something else, I would have had a better chance to actually win. But again, like Super Bowl is not activatable, which is a big issue because I could have discarded this. I could have done a lot of different things. So again, we can't pop him here. Just activate it to add, and then we are just gonna trigger it again. The end phase we call heads. Okay, sure. So we actually have Graceful Dice to actually save us. Now, I was gonna go with Dice because it's gonna stop lethal, and if he goes Climax on this, I trigger this, and then I can actually win after that. Possibly, yeah. So we land a 11, so he doesn't have game anymore. I'm not gonna trigger the Gores. There's no reason to trigger it here. So I'm gonna trigger this. Now, I needed this to resolve. Unfortunately, it didn't. That's quite annoying because the odds are like I should be resolving this like correctly more often than not, and we just keep missing for some reason. I needed to pop this so that I can, at least like have a chance to like destroy the board without this stupid protection. We top deck the Ruma Cannon. Look at this. Turn 7. The loser still can't beat me. I have nothing, right? But this deck is so freaking dumb, right? That turn 7 and he still can't win. Yeah. So he goes attack for the millionth time, and then we go for this. He had enough. He goes climax. He's like, fuck you. I'm gonna kill you this turn. And alright, we'll see about that. We triggered Gores. So I actually to survive, because if I attempt to pop, this is just gonna protect again. This is such a stupid card. It ruined the duel, but I could have still won even with this. It's just Ash Blossom and the Super Poly in my hand that kind of fucked me over. This should not have been in my deck, okay? And the other thing is, like, Ash just dumb. Nothing I can do about that. Joel doesn't really matter that much. It's just Ash, mainly, because Ash is just dumb. So now he can actually take control and then attack my Gorzes together. Maybe I should have put one of them in defense. Maybe. So he goes, Girsu again. Keeps doing that forever. Okay, and then how many times has he attempted to go for a game and he just couldn't? How many times, guys? He top decks an ogre. Okay, all right, bro. So he goes into a Link 4 Boral Sword. He goes Dingirsu again. This time he wants to make sure he has game, but I go Daruma Cannon, send everything to the grave. So he still can't beat me. No, I think he actually could have like triggered this to like send this to the grave and then like revive the Habakiri and then attack for game. So he missed that lethal line. Okay. So now I think unfortunately after 10 turns of him just struggling to beat me. Yeah, we top deck a Black Chaos and I can't continue off this. Quite unfortunate that we had the Super Poly dead. And then for game 3, he just didn't play. He completely left immediately after this because he did not want to go through this hell again. Because he would have lost. A million, billion, gajillion %, he would have lost after that. Yeah, let's watch Incraft make this the final duel. So he is going first. I'm going to trigger Multiplying Karibo just to have it on the board so I can use it whenever when he flips up his cards. He's playing Solemn Report, which I guess it's for Floodgates. Not Floodgates, I mean like Board Breakers. It's not a bad card to play. The only issue is like I don't like this card in Incraft because you have to pay 15 or 3k. If you use either of these, you're not gonna have life points to actually use these and have 0 follow-up. So it's not really great. You can play other stuff other than Solemns. Play Mind Mirror Force. Like, just play that card. There's no reason to play Report here. So he is gonna trigger his cards. Who cares? My hand looks insane as well. Lots of chaos, and this guy, like, his deck loses hard to chaos. Okay, he has basically everything, right? He has Rebirth, Reset, Release, Tail, Orgia, Leon, Pixia, Alizonia, and then also has a report in the back row. Basically everything, right? Do you guys think he can beat Chaos? Let's see. So we top deck a Spark, which is not usable at the moment. It would have been usable last turn because he triggers from hand. So he is gonna pop a monster. I don't care. Like I could have triggered this in response to this, but there was really no reason to. The only reason I didn't do that is because if he has Atel, he would actually negate the entire chain and negate my Swordman. And him popping the Multiplying Crib was completely fine. I don't care about Grifo. So we just add here, he goes Alizonia, that is also fine. So I'm going to send this to the grave, and then we are going to respond to him. He goes Leon for some reason. Okay, that just does nothing here. Spin back, Mind Shuffle, sure. Look at this, guys. How does he beat a Black Luster Soldier? So I'm going to go for Light and Darkness Ritual immediately to summon this. Now, if this gets summoned, I win. Because when this summons, I can target this, banish it, or this. If this flips face up, it cannot negate my Luster Soldier targeting it because it's unaffected, right? So this actually will do nothing. It will not rip a card from my hand either, and it's gonna get banished actually, because it doesn't actually stop that target, right? It usually negates it and then banishes it. So if it's unaffected, that card still gets banished, and then I can swing over these, and that's 2 cards. His entire monster zone outed, and then I also have game because Archfiend would just attack for game, right? So this is what I tell you guys when I say, like, this deck is just unplayable if Chaos is around. So now, okay, sure, he went for the 3k effect. Look at his life points. He has no follow-up now. And in addition to this does not banish from the grave. So we have this in grave anyway, so I can actually just trigger it, add back the Swordman. We take 800, who cares? We shuffle back his Reset and Rebirth, so he can't like flip up Rebirth on Pixie or whenever. And then we can go Soldier of Light and Dark, banish, he rage quit here. Because this is game. This is actually just game. Yep. I mean, I like Aincraft, but like Aincraft is just not playable in the TCG post Chaos, right? Also, Chaos should be coming out tomorrow, guys. So yeah, that was absolutely insane. I will hopefully be making more videos on this and like, testing it out more. There's a massive chance this is just way better than Branded Chaos. I do need to test it more, but until then, this deck is ridiculous. You guys have to try this deck out, okay? Make a similar variant of the deck. It doesn't have to be the exact deck I'm playing. You can play Asutra cards, you can play whatever other traps you want, but keep the integrity of this deck the same and tell me what you guys think, okay? It's so nasty. It's so nasty, this deck. It has hand traps to stop your opponent. It has good going second cards. All the traps are insane. This blows out your opponent. This blows out your opponent. Like, what the fuck do you do? Yeah, I mean, like, ridiculous deck. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think about this deck. And Chaos Origins should be coming out tomorrow. I'm very excited for that. And, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.